I've been thinking.
I'm gonna miss Laramie.
You see, I only have a couple of weeks left, and ever since I came here, I've had a really good time. For the most part, that one little complaint. But I've just met so many cool people. I've met so many great friends from all over the world. Americans, but also a whole lot of international students, and we're always eating at Washiki, and we're hanging out, and sometimes we get really, really loud. I don't think the managers particularly like us for that. One day we actually got scolded for being too loud and obnoxious, so we actually moved towards a whole other part of Washiki where no people were sitting. And it makes me think, back home I have a lot more freedom with the language that I use. There's no linguistic limits to what I can say. To a certain extent. But the crazy amount of people that I've met here ever since, it's been so wonderful. It's been so absolutely fantastic. I've learned so much about various cultures all over the world. It's just tiny differences that people exhibit in the way that they do things, eating habits or the way that they approach their studies. It's different for everyone. There's one guy in particular whom I've had really good conversations with, not just about writing, but also about my nerdy video game background, And I really think that had we lived in the same town, we'd have become really good friends. Or worst enemies, depending on how a certain Smash Brothers day is gonna go. Prepare to get stomped. And while I did complain that there's a lot of stuff here that I'm not really able to get used to, like having a roommate, I'm also going to miss a lot of the fun times that we've had, Of course I'm excited to see all my friends again, absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But it's also going to be hard to leave all the friends that I've made here behind, Because over the last couple of months, we've really grown quite close. We have this whole, dinner and lunch culture where we have to squeeze in around the tables because there's, 14 of us at any given moment, especially during the peak times. Sometimes more, usually less, but we're always rearranging tables in order to fit everyone, and I think the people at Washiki really hate us for that because, well, it's annoying, and we're really loud, and we're constantly having to move stuff around. It's like this whole subculture that we've created. Then, of course, there's the occasional party that I go to, although me personally, I don't go to a whole lot, but I've been to a few, and it's been absolutely fantastic. And then there were events like the International Talent Show, which was incredibly fun. I didn't participate myself, because I don't really have any talent that I can showcase at this point in time. Might in the future, though. But a lot of other people performed, and they did really well. It was great fun it was great fun to see them all perform at their best. And the fashion show, the fashion show was great after that because people showed off, their national dress, and kind of makes me sad because in Holland, we don't really have a national dress. I mean, there's one costume that I can think of, but it's mostly for women, and it's not even really traditional. It's more like a stereotype. And who the hell wears wooden shoes anyway? Only 8-year-old kids and tourists do that. So yeah, overall, I had a great time in Laramie, and there's stuff here that I'm going to miss, I did a quick count. I have 17 full days left. That's not a whole lot. And I still have quite a bit of work to do in that time, although I finished some of it. So I'm starting to finally make some progress, but, on the 29th of April, I'll be leaving, so the 28th is technically the last full day that I have here. And on the 29th, I'm flying from Laramie to Denver, and, I'm going to spend some time with my family. And that's going to be great. And then a week after that, I'm leaving. I'm flying back home. Well, my other home. Over these last couple of months, I've come to think of Laramie as a second home, I've come to think of Laramie as a place where I feel at peace and at ease. I know the people, I know the lay of the land, I know the town a little bit, I know the university, I know the surrounding area, and overall, I know what daily life is like. Of course, I'm not gone yet. I still have 2.5 weeks left, and I'm gonna make them count. I'm gonna enjoy them. I'm gonna party myself to the death. Actually, I'm probably gonna take it easy, but I'm still gonna have fun. I think maybe next week or so on the weekend when I have time, I'm probably going to shoot a Goodbye Laramie video in which I thank all of my friends here individually for making my time awesome. But we're not quite there yet. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.